Our chain reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer. Diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From new mint coins to tokens. He's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets and with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors.
Yo, good morning, Crypto Slam fam. Boy, actually a historic day. Like, actually, we say it about a lot of things here in crypto, and everything's historic, right? First ever historic, whatever. It's mostly not. Actually, you know what? There's plenty of really like, noteworthy stuff going on here. But yesterday, man, truly freaking historic moment last night. Ladies and gentlemen, officially we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That's it. Executive order signed last night by President Trump. It is official. Maybe a little fuddy. We'll get to that here in a moment, guys. Let me drop a link real quick. Across the board. I want to share a link to Abstract, but most importantly, I want to drop a link in the Telegram. We've got, you guys saw, I think yesterday, I hope, but the launch of the Swarm AI, it's the flagship agent of Slam AI, launched, guys. Incredible. I try to keep things pretty darn real. I don't think I went into that with expectations, like how fast it sells out, what it does, on the market. I don't think I went in with any expectations, but I wasn't expecting it to sell out in 18 minutes. I can tell you that. So in a way, blew my expectations away, and it was just, super incredible. So thank you guys for that. And we'll get into that Swarm pre-sale and what it's doing on the market, what's coming. We'll get into all that live. Let me drop a link for the fam over on Telegram, though. Let me get this out there. In the meantime, you guys know what to do. You can follow me at Hudah_idiot over on X. Definitely make sure you're following Crypto Slam. Like, the Swarm is just the start of some much bigger things that are coming here. Again, if you've been following along, you're pretty well aware of things that are coming. I can tell you there's some things that you're not, and you will be. So excited for more to come out here over the next, it's really close, guys. Just imminent, next couple weeks, it's the next phase. And yes, the Swarm is the flagship agent. But there's more coming in the Slam AI ecosystem that he'll be a part of. I cannot wait. Guys. All right, hang on. Link in Telegram. I'm going to be like, look, my attention's not split, but I am watching Telegram because there's a lot of spam over there. I'm trying to keep up on that too, guys. Yeah, we're working at the same time. Okay, hang on. Yeah, all right. I think we got it over there. Are we good and live? Quick second, guys. I think we're good. Hang on. I got to see some. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I'm going to go over these little things after, these little details. Welcome to anybody new who's watching. Let's just say, especially on the Telegram side. A lot of people who got in that Swarm pre-sale. Farm the Bull, been paying attention. Appreciate you guys. 2 shows a day, by the way. We have Chain Reactor. It's what you're watching now. 9 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And then 2 p.m. Eastern time, guys, we have the Swarm Report. That is our daily AI show. Yesterday's show was wild. I'll show you that in a minute. Yesterday's show was pretty darn incredible. Again, follow me at Hudah_idiot. Crypto Slam IO. You got to be following here. And there's so much more coming in the Slam ecosystem. I mean, guys, a lot. In fact, I don't want to steal any thunder from the Swarm because he's the guy. He's the guy. But there's other things in the ecosystem that are coming out with some awesome partners we're going to announce. And man, you maybe follow SlamAI underscore XYZ. You definitely don't want to miss what's coming up. I can't say something specific here. I can't, but I will tell you that bull holders, swarm holders, .slam domain holders, right? If you have assets in the ecosystem, you're front of mind. Okay, so just be aware of that. With things that are coming, we're thinking of you. And then finally, follow the swarm underscore AI here, the flagship SlamAI agent here, guys. Agent trained on 250 plus terabytes of blockchain data. Incredible stuff, guys. Algorithms that nobody else in the world has here. Giving you and giving agents live data. It's pretty incredible stuff. You guys know you can go back and check out that Spaces from 2 days ago with the Vader team. Awesome stuff. Or you can go and check out yesterday's Swarm Report. That was our most watched episode of Swarm Report, by the way. So yet again, thank you guys for that. That was pretty awesome. Close to 4,000 views on that show, on that stream. Yeah, 3,700 views on that stream, which is something. It's a new record for us. Not that anyone's counting. I kind of am. So that was cool. Look, we covered the sale, which I'm going to touch on here. Covered how the pre-sale went. You know, lightly what's coming. But I want most of that to be a surprise. But just know that there is more coming. But to touch on that sale, 18 minutes. That's all it took for this thing to go from, look, they had an hour window where the top-level stakers could get in, and they got this thing up to, what, like 9% sold out, which was awesome. I do think they were capped with how much they could buy, because as soon as it opened up, boom, 18 minutes and it's gone. And like I said, I'm not really looking at prices or market caps, but like, I mean, who are we kidding? I'm a DGen. I like the ecosystem. I trade here and there. I actually don't trade that much, but was definitely watching to see where this is going. Like, who likes it? Who's doing what? This thing, guys, it didn't just get to a $2 million market cap. This thing got to a $3.5 million market cap. You're talking about a 10x for the guys who bought on the pre-sale. Like I say, I root for everybody. Those guys, I like the Vader platform. I do. I think it's awesome. I like coming in with realistic market caps. I do. This space is going through a pretty significant change right now. The value of things being reset. And look, I think it's all going to get crazy again. One day. Probably this cycle. Probably this year. Probably in the short term. I don't know. But I like coming in with realistic expectations in those market caps. Let the market tell you what it's worth. The people are going to tell you what it's worth. And if people have conviction and they believe and they are not in and out, you know, if you build something that's great, you know, those people. Pretty awesome. Almost 500 people took part in that pre-sale. So again, you had a pretty good number of winners there. Great to see. Here's looking at the swarm right now. 1.1 million market cap. And this goes about how I was expecting too. So first off, that's still a 3, almost 4x for the people who got in the pre-sale. Still, even right here, right now. Got up to, yes, about 3.5 mil. Let's say 3.3, although I think it did. Look, when it initially bonds and gets created, yeah, 3.8-ish. Let's just say 3 mil, whatever. Now, airdrop is still happening, and I want you guys to know that, right? Because I'm hearing from plenty of you. You haven't gotten your full swarm allocation yet. So just be aware that's still happening. And if anybody still has questions or is questioning their amount, remember, if you check the announcements in the Crypto Slam Telegram or Discord, we did announce that the bull to swarm conversion, it's 4-to-1. So just be aware of that too. For very good reasons, has to be, but also know that bull is not done. Okay, so I want to make sure people know this. Bull's not done. We got some ideas for bull. We're going to come back to bull here once we're past some of the, initial phases of swarm. Just be aware. At this point now, you have 2 different tokens. I look at that like a nice double win here. So airdrop is still going on, and man, again, we know this space well. As people are getting their airdrops, especially when the first big chunk of it went out, we went from like 500-600 holders up to 6,000, almost 7,000, and of course people are, farmers are making that exit. It's totally fine. We're not giving it away if we didn't think people would, if we didn't have a problem with people doing that. So of course people are selling their tokens, but it really has found this kind of stability here around a mil. And I like it. I think really strong performance considering this market right now. We'll get into that. Really tricky market. I'm impressed. I'm proud, especially for the guys. And just to show again, it is a different market here, guys. I mean, when you have AI XBT, once $1 billion market cap, this is, many people would consider that the gold standard for agents. I personally don't. I love AI XBT. I don't think it has the data to be what people thought it was, right? It's not, no shade. I love the agent. I do think it's like one of the best out there, but when it comes to data and its accuracy, it's not there. And I think the team would probably tell you that too. It needs something like the Swarm. It's not like it would help. It needs it. It's not going to give you accurate data without this real-time data and real-time analysis on that data. Contextual info, man, I'm telling you. But right here, we're looking at market cap just to show that even the biggest best are coming back down to reality. And what is that reality? It's somewhere between where AI XBT is now and where the Swarm is. There's some middle ground there, and I think it leans closer to the Swarm side. It's just my thought. We're gonna have billions of agents. We cannot have billions of agents all with hundreds of millions of market caps, at least right now. So a great reset happening across AI. I'm a fan of it. I like price discovery. I like this market dictating where we go. I like it. But right now, the broader AI market cap, it's under 5 mil again, or excuse me, 5 bill, 4.86 bill right now. Now, next up, I don't know exactly what I can say, but I think these are obvious things. Next up is the Swarm getting automated on X and tweeting. That's a flip of a switch, right? You guys remember the bull? We had him tweeting a lot. His mind share, by the way, again, I've mentioned this to you guys. We never had it tradable, so you couldn't see the mind share stacked up to other top agents. We ran those numbers. We knew the metrics. It had probably one of the highest mind shares in all of AI. It did. It was awesome. And so when we flipped that switch for the Swarm, I just have a good feeling about it. We'll put it that way. I have a feeling we might see it at least on that front page leaderboard. We'll see. No predictions, right? No bets here with it, but just sharing some thoughts here. Just sharing some thoughts. Hang on. I'm peeking at Telegram, making sure there's no spam to delete. There's always malicious stuff out there. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the YouTube comments. Let me do some GMs real quick. I'm sorry, and then we'll get right back to the Swarm. But Choin, I hope I said GM. I think I did, but GMs, man, you didn't get your invite to the White House. Dude, what a bummer. I would have figured you're the first person they invite. Choina, yes, there was a Swarm presale. There was. Via Vader. Sean, Bull, Swarm, ETH. Can't wait for Bull to come to Swarm. Yeah. When the Swarm is built, the Bull should be part of it. I'm just saying. Murray, good morning. Sean, I'm sorry, and I know I'm late getting to these comments. 4-1. Look, if you had the .slam domain, if you were trading on Tradeport, there were a few other things. Again, look at announcements. You're not getting 4-1. You're getting more, right? It's a bonus reward for the people who are very engaged and have been a part of this community. I'll just say this, though. Distribution not over. Swarm is alive now, not tweeting autonomously yet. Volatility, good morning. DeYank, good morning. Sean, yeah, we have a meeting coming up in about an hour, a team meeting, where I'm going to learn myself how far the distribution is, right? I don't know what % done it is. I can't wait to find out, and then I can share that with you guys. So I'm in Telegram, of course, and I'll tell you guys there, and I'll tell you in Discord, but I'll also be streaming today, too. So I'll keep you guys updated. Everything I know, I'll of course, share with you guys. I don't know what % done it is, but just know it is still coming out. And that 4-1, I'll just say this. It was 100% necessary. The tokenomics made sense for Bull. The tokenomics were actually perfect for Bull. And Bull still lives. Bull doesn't change. Bull still is something we're coming back to. So that all remains. But for Swarm, we realized because of a few things, because of paid terminal, because of other partners, just there's reasons there. The tokenomics couldn't carry over 1-1 as much as we wanted to. And like we said it because we meant it, it was initially 1-1. But when the Swarm started coming out towards, go live time, it couldn't. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't have worked. In fact, and I'm not going to stay on this topic long, but look how, tell you what, Sean. Again, if you had the .slam domain, if you had those other things, traded, And you might have been. I'm not saying you didn't. If you did, I know you're getting more than 4-1, right? You're going to get a bonus on top of that. So just be aware, and we'll see what final numbers look like. But keep this in mind. This isn't the reason why, but it's something I notice is when those airdrops went out, and we saw people, sell again, like most farmers are going to do. Would have been brutal if people had certain ones, like some of those top guys, like 4 times the token. That's not the reason it changed. Again, it's because of tokenomics, terminal, things like that. But maybe a blessing in disguise. I don't know. Ultimately, in a way, you still have double the tokens. Bull isn't done. You still got those. We're thinking of, well, we've got some ideas there. Like Bull isn't dead. And now Swarm on top of it. And I think you guys are going to like what's coming with Swarm. And let me just say, too, both Swarm and Bull will matter. It's up to me. I try to figure out how to dance around what I can say. Look, they both will still matter. I'll leave it like that. But there's more coming in the Slam ecosystem. Just you may want to, I don't know. I can't say anything. Anyway, I think this space is going to get spicy once again. The news we heard yesterday evening is part of why. So let's move into that here. And guys, throughout the show, you have any questions about Swarm, drop them. I'm here. Like you guys know, if you've been here regularly, like if you our daily viewer, I'm an open book. Everything's transparent. If you guys have questions about Swarm, drop them in chat. I'm here for you. But yeah, distribution not over. Hoods, great to see you, man. Murray, GM, man. Yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It was a blast to be a part of. And, I told the team congrats, and I thought it went really well. And everybody's like, that was the easy part. Now is the part to, get through the airdrop, but start really growing this thing. There's just so much to do, so much to build, so many partnerships to happen, and some still to announce, right? There's a lot to do still. The real work starts now, and also gearing up towards. Like, go to slamai.xyz. Go look at the light paper for the broader Slam ecosystem. Guys, a blockchain, an AI agent launch pad. There's a lot coming. There's a lot coming with the Swarm at the center of that agentic ecosystem. So now it's time to it's like find another gear if there is one. And I can tell you we're going to find that. We are in that. All right, here we go. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. We're not talking about a state level Bitcoin Reserve. We're talking about the United States, a national strategic Bitcoin Reserve. It happened. This surprised me, man. I thought maybe we'd get that today at the White House Crypto Summit. But no, ahead of that, Donald Trump made it happen. Not the previous executive order just being reannounced, but a brand new executive order here to establish the Bitcoin or strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Really, really incredible here, guys. Now, you know what? This is actually pretty interesting. I misread this part, that I didn't realize we own right now 200,000 Bitcoin. I didn't know that. I thought that's what we had sold previously, so I got that way wrong before. But details here. Actually, before details, let's watch the historic moment. I know it's like a minute long. I want to watch it because it's actually a historic moment.
Today we're signing, this is very historic, an executive order.
Actually is, man. It actually is.
Bitcoin Reserve and digital asset stockpile. This is a promise that you made throughout the campaign, and today we're keeping that promise. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin that the federal government already owns, so it won't cost taxpayers a dime. This is like a digital Fort Knox for digital gold. And premature sales of Bitcoin over the past years cost American taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value because we didn't have a long-term strategy.
Right.
Now we do.
It's cool.
And this is something you believe in?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole community believes in it.
Very good. And they made the promise, right?
Absolutely.
There it is. That's history, guys. You know what? We're going to look at crypto as the era before the strategic reserve and then the era after the strategic reserve, right? That's how we're going to look at this space because it's a different space now. Everything about crypto has just changed, and I think people underestimate still what that means. For good reason. There's some FUD out there. The market actually dumped on the news. But it's a different period. It's a different era. We now have started the arms race. We have. What it's going to take for this next leg up probably comes at the summit tonight. It's a different kind of conversation about what that reserve means, how much we're going to hold, how we're going to acquire more, and what we're going to do with our maybe dollar based on our holdings of Bitcoin. We'll see. We'll see what they say about that. But if the things happen and if things are said that I think are going to be said, it changes it changes the world. It does. It means other nations are racing to also acquire Bitcoin because they can't let us have that advantage. We will have it, but they can't let us. But look, I mean, incredible stuff. God, there's so many details about this. We'll touch on all of it. But Michael Saylor tweeting it out too. We're not the first nation, I don't think, to have a strategic reserve of Bitcoin, but I think we have the biggest officially now, although it's being audited. We'll see exactly how much Bitcoin we have. Thanks to the blockchain, we can actually audit that pretty damn quickly. It's all transparent. I'm sure somebody like Arkham already has a pretty good count on how much Bitcoin we hold. It's the beauty of the blockchain. It really is. But some details here. It's being created using the Bitcoin we already have, the forfeited in criminal cases, civil proceedings you see there. Seized assets, basically. Instead of us selling like always happened before. And by the way, we got some metrics or numbers yesterday. The Bitcoin we sold before, I don't know, maybe worth $1 billion or $2 billion, would be worth $17 billion today. We're not selling it anymore. It goes right in the strategic reserve, which is awesome as a starting point. As a starting point, maintained as a store or reserve asset. It's not going to be sold. 20 years from now, they'll probably sell it. That was always part of the plan. So 20 years from now, they probably sell it. The Treasury and Commerce can develop budget-neutral strategies for acquiring additional Bitcoin. That's important. That's really important. We'll touch on that in a moment, too. Now, they also established a U.S. digital asset stockpile. That is for other tokens, right? We heard earlier about Solana and Cardano and Ripple and ETH, right? We've heard other assets. They're not going in the strategic reserve. They're going in the digital asset stockpile. I wonder if we're going to see some NFTs in there. I actually won't be surprised to see maybe some pudgy. Because look, there were actually recovered NFTs. I'm going to assume there were, right? Criminal cases, NFTs, turned over to the government. I'm assuming that's happened. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe that's pure fantasy. But I'm assuming that's happened. Wouldn't that be something if we hold a pudgy penguin in the digital asset stockpile? Wouldn't that be interesting if somebody like Luca Nets, and I think maybe this is what's coming, donated some pudgy penguins to the digital asset stockpile? Can you picture every NFT project being willing to donate there? I see it. I can picture some Bored Apes in there. I see it. Government's not going to purchase additional assets for the digital asset stockpile. Okay? Beyond forfeitures, again, I think NFTs might belong there, but they're not going to go buy more. There is no plan to buy more of those. There is to buy more Bitcoin. Okay? Requires agencies to provide full accounting of these assets. Yes. Positions the United States as a global leader in digital asset strategy by governments around the world. It's pretty incredible stuff, guys. Now, Peter Schiff doesn't like it, of course. So he's saying, look, he fulfilled his duty. He campaigned on this, and he calls it a bogus executive order to create this strategic reserve. And he's right, though. It doesn't authorize buying more Bitcoin. That's why the market crashed. Well, look at that market. He thinks it's bogus. It's basically just changing some verbiage, right? We already held Bitcoin. It's just like renaming the account we hold it in. Kinda. I don't think he's totally right here. He's not a lover of Bitcoin. Although Bitcoin itself, he does compare more to gold now. So I mean, he's kind of okay. I think the announcement was phenomenal, and I think the market is going to catch up to this, right? I think this is close to a sentiment bottom. I think people are really underestimating what this means. Nick Carter laying out some really good takeaways from it, what it meant. Campaign promise kept. The Bitcoin reserve distinguished from the altcoin stockpile, right? It's really important to keep those separate. Bitcoin is in a category all of its own. It's pretty important. No taxpayer money spent to acquire Bitcoin, so nobody can complain about tax money being spent, right? There's nothing wasteful or fraudulent, nothing. This is already seized assets. It's ours already. Just means we're not selling it. Now, we are going to be buying. That is coming. I think we'll start getting an idea of that soon. But future acquisition of coins left to Congress. This is why what Cynthia Loomis is doing is so important, right? It's changing minds out there, right, across the House, across the Senate, and she's the head of a committee that's doing exactly that, public hearings. Super important here. Brian Armstrong also agree. That's the right take. It is, guys, it is actually historic. It is historic that we now have a strategic reserve. And this I love, saying he expects many of the G20 countries to take notice and eventually follow America's lead. Look, some of them are going to have to do it sooner rather than later. I don't think they're going to wait. I don't think they want to wait and let us get all that Bitcoin and establish dominance here. I don't think they want to do that. And I don't think some of them will. And then outside of the G20, other countries could get spicy really, really quick. All right, so David Sachs, our AI and crypto czar, says we're going to develop a budget-neutral strategy to acquire additional Bitcoin. How? I don't think we know yet. I know there's some ideas out there, but Michael Saylor also has some ideas. It might be using company stocks, like similar to how he does, right? Michael Saylor acquires Bitcoin in some pretty creative ways. And he might have an idea of how the United States can do maybe similar. Moonship, Trump coin, reserve. Hey, man, dude, maybe. Maybe, dude. I think this news is so big, and I don't think people underestimate like the ripple effect it has. I don't. And I think they'll get it when the news starts talking about it. And this is worldwide news. This is like major, major mainstream news. People will actually catch on, but most people are sheep, right? They're going to catch on and they're going to think it's bullish when other people tell them it is. This is probably the most bullish story we've ever had for crypto, I think. Now, Peter Schiff also saying, give credit where credit's due, right? The fact that they distinguish Bitcoin from these other tokens, I'm with them. I think that's a big deal. I think that was super important. So that happened. It is a done deal. Peter at least recognizing that. But again, where do we get more Bitcoin from? I think we're going to hear about that tonight, but some people aren't willing to wait, right? Some people aren't willing to wait for that. Their expectation was Bitcoin Strategic Reserve announced along with a very specific plan of how we acquire more. How much money are we going to spend a year buying Bitcoin? That's what people were betting on. That's what people were waiting on. That's what they were expecting from this announcement. Because, right, everybody wants to know, hey, are you pumping my bags? And when it didn't happen, market dumped. We got down to 85K Bitcoin. You see people like this. This is a fart coin whale. Dumped his tokens. He didn't dump all of them, but he dumped a lot. 1.2 million tokens, $250,000. It spooked people, or it just gave people maybe not enough confidence short term that they want to sit and park in these coins that are bleeding out. Either way, that's a lot of what you saw yesterday. Was this selling off? Look, dude, we're right back where we were. Look at that. I think we're about to, guys, here's the prediction. Bitcoin 100K today. 100K today. That's what I think. Oh, dude, Sean, thank you, man. Yeah, guys, smash the like here. Appreciate that. Make sure, by the way, subscribe. It helps a ton. The likes help a lot. Comments in the video help a lot. All of it. Appreciate that. I'll also drop here. We also stream on Abstract. If you guys aren't on Abstract chain yet, love it. It's going to be, guys, a juggernaut. I feel that. I can feel what Abstract is growing into. It's something special. Live shows, watch wherever, but, obviously YouTube for when you're catching up on something you missed. So look at this, though, guys. Bitcoin's recovered almost all the losses from yesterday. 89K right now. I think we're going to get incredible news out of the summit tonight. I do. I'll make some predictions what we're going to hear there, but I think we're going to see Bitcoin damn near 100K tonight. And this might be the bottom. Yesterday's 85K might be the bottom. That's not counting all these like external factors, right? Economy stuff, this tariff war, this trade war. It doesn't count that stuff because you can't count on that. If none of that happens, if nothing happens on that front, dude, we're on our leg up to 100, 110, 120 plus, right? That's what this sets up. Because at this point, all the cards are on the table. Now we just wait for news of how we buy more. That's all people want to hear. Buy. When you know people are buying, you get in ahead of them. Nobody knows right now, so we're just sitting here waiting, but I think that's coming imminently. ETH is here at 2,100, Ripple 250, Solana 143. Everything just up or down just 1% to 2%. Nothing crazy. Not a big reaction other than initially yesterday, but tonight's going to be very interesting at the summit. Okay? There's so many parallels here with the ETFs, but like most important for me right now, and I'm going to show you some other interesting catalysts or other interesting metrics here, but look, the Bitcoin ETFs launched and we dumped as well. This is what this space has turned into. These are always sell the news events right now. Guys, until they're not, I'll tell you this, man, everybody starts doing the same thing, and then all of a sudden, the trade goes opposite. That's coming soon. I can feel that that's coming soon too, guys, that we're about to hit a buy the news type phase, because everybody trades like this now. And if you know everybody's going to trade like this, as in big news comes, you know the market's going to dump, it's going to be shorted every single time, and it already kind of is. So you'll have the smart traders and the guys with big money doing the opposite. This is about to flip on its head, and it's about to be buy the news more often than not. I just feel that's coming too. Yeah, Moonship, no tax on U.S. crypto coming. Part of that is coming. That is something I think is coming tonight. In a way, okay? So there are big, strong rumors, and we've been hearing this now for the past week or two, and I do think it's going to happen. Okay, so rumors that tonight at the Crypto Summit, Trump's going to announce that taxes can be paid in Bitcoin, which is awesome. That's huge. And the person paying the taxes faces 0% capital gains on those tax payments. That's substantial. That is something. I don't think that's enough that sends us to, back into the banana zone. But that is something. But Sean, what do you? Oh, okay. Hang on, Sean. I forgot. I'm used to your other name. I just remembered who you are. Okay. The New England comment caught me. It makes me stop, and I always call that out. But I got you. Okay. Tonight, I think this is news we're getting, and I think it's big news. Again, pay your taxes in Bitcoin. I'll tell you what. I don't know a lot of people who will, other than actually, I want to hear from you guys. Because I actually am going to connect a couple dots here, and you tell me if I'm crazy. Who's going to pay their taxes in Bitcoin? If we all believe Bitcoin's going to $500,000 or $1 million per coin, or like Michael Saylor says, like 3 million, 15 million a coin, who's going to pay their taxes in Bitcoin? I'm going to give you guys a minute to say, because I want to see. Choina, 0 chance, no capital gains on crypto. No taxes on long-term might be a reality. Interesting. Okay, who, and I have a reason for asking this, who is going to pay their taxes in crypto, in Bitcoin specifically? If you think it's going to whatever, right? Cutie, I can't confirm or deny that at all. I can just say I wouldn't. I mean, nobody's going to go through the effort of burning their bull. I'm just saying I wouldn't burn it. No, Sean, bull doesn't become swarm. You get airdrop swarm on top. Bull stays bull forever. It's on the blockchain. You can't change it. So, okay, I don't think I got any replies with this, but who? Okay, there we go, Mike. Only big whales. But no capital gains will send. Okay, so Mike Bennett, you said exactly what I was thinking, dude. You said exactly what I'm thinking, Mike. Only big whales are going to pay their Bitcoin pay their taxes in crypto. Because why? Because they have so much of it. It makes their life easier. Maybe they don't have to. Well, I was going to say maybe they don't have to dox. They're doxed if they're paying taxes. But the point is they have so much Bitcoin that if they're overspending, they don't care. Like they got their Bitcoin so cheap, right? And those are the kind of guys that probably, maybe, would pay their taxes in Bitcoin. Right? Right. It's a different kind of person who would spend Bitcoin on something like that. But the interesting thing there is, I see that scenario where those guys spend it because they have so much of it. It's the same scenario, and it's the same people that will spend their Bitcoin on ordinals. There is a set of people who will do that. It's a small percent. It's a small percent, but there is a set of guys who, you got to remember, some of these guys got Bitcoin at $1 or $10 or $100, and it's not, they do not value it the way we do. And that's actually an important thing that we all get in that habit of. You got to value things that in your own life, your portfolio, what that means value-wise to you. It's not always today's USD value. That's not it. And it's not next year's USD value. It's not always that. It's the value you got it at compared to where it's at now. It's a huge factor for those guys that trade at that level. In a big way, that's how they look at it. Not always, but it's a big part of how they do. And those are the guys I think are going to be going hard into ordinals. I do. It takes the smallest percent of those guys. I'm not going to do the whole ordinals thing right now, but with so few of those things, it does not take many of those guys to send that stuff. Same people. You know what, though, Mice? If we're talking like that, those people paying Bitcoin, paying taxes in Bitcoin, some of those guys have so much money, they're already set for the next generation and next and still have so much to waste. It's like the wealth out there is disgusting. It's not like there's a million of those guys, but are there 10,000 of those guys out there? Maybe a few, like tens of thousands of those guys? Maybe? Some numbers I'd like to run, like how, top Bitcoin holders. That'd be pretty interesting. Anyway, we're going to hear about that tonight. I do think we're going to hear about that tonight. And I do think that's likely. Pay taxes in Bitcoin. Again, it ain't for me. I'm not doing it. But I do think we'll hear people, I think we'll hear some talk about that. And I can't wait. And I can't wait. All right, now there's other things out there that are lining up for a pretty damn bullish time. Like really, like out here in the traditional market cycles, there's stuff happening here. Okay. This is the US dollar index compared to the price of Bitcoin. And I'll go back to actually see the commentary. This is from Julian Biddle, awesome analyst. The kind of decline in, well, I'll read off to you what exactly this is showing. It's an index or measure of the value of the United States dollar relative to a basket of foreign currencies. It's often referred to as a basket of U.S. trade partners' currencies. And zoom in here, it basically just plummeted. It basically just went straight down. That's happened 3 times before, I believe. 1, 2, 3. All 3 times almost exactly marked the bottom of Bitcoin that cycle. 2015, you see it back here. 2020, it wasn't the bottom. It was not far off, and you can see big leg up after that. And then 2022, basically the bottom right there. Is it going to happen again? Again, that's an indicator. I don't ever look at it. I don't use it. I'm not that savvy. I'm not a TA guy, but I trust this dude. It's only happened 3 times before, and it's very clear what's happened after that. It's kind of like up only. Maybe it means we're heading for that. But we also have other interesting things showing, guys. Here's comparing the price of Bitcoin to liquidity cycles. Measuring the bottom of these liquidity cycles, they're in these little like troughs, right? And following that, it's basically up only for Bitcoin. All-time high comes maybe a year off from that, but again, you see where the price action goes. And we're basically there right now too. You can see it right here. There's also not a liquidity cycle, but a business cycle. And we'll zoom into that and show. Also, guys, the halving cycle, there's so many things that are lining up, and none of this is it's not science is in because it happened before. It's definitely going to happen. But I think we all understand there's been so much bullish news and the price doesn't seem to make sense. Saying that, and Bitcoin's 90K, so that's kind of crazy. I think the price looks interesting. I think it's interesting. Choina, it's a great point. I used to show chat comments on the screen when referring to them. Makes it tough to follow I can't share them anymore. The way I stream, I can't pull comments up on the screen. So I try now to read them off, and I think I, for the most part, read the comments when I comment on them. I can't pull it. There's nothing on my screen to share. I need to switch to a different streaming solution. That's our answer. So yeah, otherwise I can't show them anyway. Let me see if I can make that like a short-term goal, like change for the show. Because I was thinking of switching over to like using StreamYard, which means I can put the chat on the screen throughout. I would love to do that. Anyway, global business cycle. It's different from liquidity cycle here, right? This is like the natural ups, downs of the business cycles, the economic cycles. Also, looks like we're at a bottom here, and typically at those points, Bitcoin begins an uptrend. Again, none of this is definite. It's just showing some patterns out there and stuff that feels very likely to happen. I think we all believe the economy is going to improve here, like in the short term, couple months. I feel that. I think the second half of this year is going to be maybe one of the most special times we've seen for crypto. It feels that way to me. Okay, we got the United States government probably releasing plans on how we're going to acquire Bitcoin. But we also have, I would say, pretty good insight that companies around the world are still going to be buying into Bitcoin too. $4.5 billion Wedbush says 5% of all public companies will adopt Bitcoin treasuries within the next year, guys. Yeah, it's the Michael Saylor model. MetaPlanet's been doing it. Of course, Strategy's been doing it. We're starting to see more and more companies just, loading up on Bitcoin. GameStop's coming. Everybody's going to be trying to get Bitcoin. Guys, it's not just us. It's like our little secret. Everybody knows now. Like, our goal is to acquire as much Bitcoin as we can. Everybody's about to do the same thing. And by everybody, I mean guys with a lot of money are about to do the exact same thing. Man, boys, there's not man, boys. There's not enough Bitcoin to go around, man. It's just not. There's just not. It's going to get crazy. And now Texas is also one step closer. One step closer to being the first state to establish their state-level strategic Bitcoin reserve. Passed the Senate, just has to pass the House, and they're first. Okay, it's a race to first. I know Arizona's right on their heels. I think Utah as well. One of these, it's probably Texas that'll get it first, but that's huge. Absolutely huge. It's coming at the state level, at the national level, all these countries around the world, it's coming. And we got something else big, guys. It's not just the summit tonight, although it's going to be huge. The who's who of crypto is going to be there. It's going to be huge. But Cynthia Loomis, again, she's heading this digital asset committee. This is to win over other politicians to get their vote to go commit to buying Bitcoin. Again, we'll get word on that tonight, just in general, like a way for us to acquire Bitcoin. But there's something big next week. Nick Begich? I don't know the dude. But Nick Begich is working with Senator Cynthia Loomis on, again, something big. This is coming next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. This is at a conference next Tuesday. Michael Saylor's going to be at this, by the way. It's called Bitcoin for America. So Senator Cynthia Loomis is co-hosting this, top execs, public officials, policy experts. So basically, picture the crypto summit tonight is basically happening next week as well. I think this is a more corporate version of it, as opposed to tonight, which is an official White House event. So corporate version of it next week. Dude, this is it. I think regularly, we're going to have these kind of summits, panels, crypto balls. This is it. This is like, I think the economy is about to get reshaped around crypto. I do. I think something really special is coming. I think something really special is about to happen here. And this is just the start. I'm telling you guys, I think 100K Bitcoin comes today. I think we see 100K today. I think that news yesterday is way too bullish. I think people realize that. I think us establishing, guys, my God, a Bitcoin strategic reserve, digital gold, that just happened. It just happened. I think it's pretty incredible. And I don't think, I know, Christopher, right? I think. Well, I'm not going to tell you I know because nobody knows. And maybe that's the difference, right? There's a lot of guys out there that are going to tell you I know, and they're all full of shit. They're all lying. I think. Okay. I got to move on because we got like 20 minutes to go here. Excited to go get some updates for you guys, by the way. Now, I cannot wait for this, which is today's ETF volume. We'll see it tomorrow. So when I stream tomorrow, we'll go back and review this. But right now, we're looking at how TradFi guys are, looking at crypto, investing in crypto, looking at the Bitcoin ETFs. 134 million outflows yesterday. And on the ETH side, 10 million outflows. It's okay. Oh my God, hang on, this Chris guy. Why not read my other two posts that show you crypto is trash meant to rip you off? Why are you in a crypto-focused stream? What are you doing? I can promise you this. There's not a single person here whose mind you're going to change. You're literally just wasting your time. I picture you sitting there fuming too. That these fucking crypto bros, these fucking morons, I'm gonna show them. Chris, what are you doing here? I don't get people like you. I want to win you over. I don't dislike you. I just think it's weird. It's pretty weird to waste your time and come in and think you're going to convince anybody. You're going to look foolish in a few years when the world is flipped to this. Oh, God. Okay. Chris, stick around, bro. I mean it. Stick around. I'm not here to, fight you or even argue with you. I'd love you to stick around and share what you know. I mean it. Share what you know clearly about stocks and, TradFi. Share that stuff and keep an open mind. Again, I think there's something pretty large you don't understand about crypto. Just stick around. That's it. Stick around. Hang out. I think you're just showing there's a lack of understanding with a lot. Anyway, welcome though, man. You're not going to change anybody's mind. We've heard the same arguments that you're saying for a decade plus, and everyone like you who said that has been wrong for a decade plus. It is what it is. Until it's not, right, Chris? Okay. I'm going to get to NFTs here real quick. I bet Chris is going to love NFTs, right? I bet Chris is fucking all about NFTs. Fucking big brain tradfi. And I'm just fucking with you, Chris. I hope you're cool. I hope you're cool with it. I'm just fucking with you a bit. Okay. Sui. Sui, one of the hottest blockchains out here. I think everybody knows and loves. Yes, I think. I'll say this. I know everybody knows and loves Sui. Including Trump's World Liberty Finance. Look at that. Partnering with Sui. Adding it to their own strategic reserve. Love to see it. Up and coming chain. And then again, I'm just going to blitz through this stuff to get to NFTs. But SBF. Scumbag. Interview with Tucker Carlson, dude. That's pretty wild. I wasn't expecting to see this. I'll tell you that. But is this clip too long? Yeah, we'll read the bullet points here. U.S. is 30% of the world's finance. It's about 5% of the world's crypto. And the reason is entirely regulatory. I love him dunking on Gary Gensler. Love that. I love that. But he's right. The regulatory system has held back the country's potential in crypto. He's right. And we're on that right path, guys. The very start of being on the right path here. The very start of being on the right path. You're going to see it play out over, years at this point. Years. So I don't get caught up in price action right now. It doesn't matter. This is a long-term thing. You know what? I'll drop it. Yeah, you guys can find it. I was going to say I'll drop in a link to the interview. You'll find your way there. It's a good listen. It's worth checking out. But, dude, over on Abstract, by the way, Anon, thank you. I hope I shouted out Ronan this morning first thing because he was there first. And Lord, good to see you, man. Ethereum flipped Solana index volume. I love you guys welcoming Chris. Like, nobody's here to, fight you and argue and, in jest. But I hope you hang. Try to convince us. That's fine. But I'm telling you, everyone's been doing it for our entire lives in crypto, and it doesn't work because it's not us that's misunderstanding something. You know what? And it's new, it's different, it's a weird concept. I know you're thinking it's a Ponzi and scam, and we're just kind of gullible. We'll see. Okay, we guys, I said AVAX meme coins cooking. Everybody said it. But that meme coins may be back. Yeah, maybe that wall of shame wasn't enough. I don't think it was. I don't think the wall of shame was enough to save meme coins. And look, they're not dead forever. Hang on. Scammer and Telegram, boom, gone. They're not gone forever, but that wall of shame just isn't enough. And look at Blub. Blub was like the one. It was like the one showing the power of pre-sales on AVAX. It's still horseshit. Blub fell 50% yesterday. This was over 100 mil market cap, down to 38 mil. Whatever. It is what it is. It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin. All right, let's look at the NFT market. Chris, please, I hope you're here. Please tell us your thoughts on NFTs. Oh, boy. Chris, I think you're looking at crypto as money. I think you're looking at crypto as money, as a replacement for the dollar. And I think you know this too. I would assume, but that every crypto has its own utility. For the most part, we're not talking meme coins, but crypto are utility tokens on platforms and blockchains and anything. It's tricky. Chris, what are your thoughts on NFTs? Do you like them? Do you hate them? I've seen people who don't like crypto but like NFTs, and I'm curious. Anyway, NFT volume, 14.3 mil. That's cross-chain sales yesterday. Sellers down, buyers down, transactions down, average sale price just down across the board here in NFTs. Hey, trade profit still negative, but actually up. We'll take that small little win. We'll take it. Top collections here. Let me refresh that. Let's see let's see how we're looking. Anon over on Abstract. Thank you. Courtyard, your number one collection, followed by D-Market. Paradise, I am still really sure Paradise is money laundering, as is this base collection here. Pudgy Penguin, Sorare. We'll skip that. Base Apes, SMB. Don't know what that is. Let's shout out Punks, Guardian Avatars, Dojuki, Madla. Let's shout out them all. Pretty light day here. Light day. Okay. And our top sales. That's a fair point. Chris, Bitcoin is one of the few well, Bitcoin is like a meme coin. Bitcoin was the first. Bitcoin isn't really a utility token, although we're building that. It is actually becoming a smart chain. That's going to take a little time, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, though, with Opcat and making Bitcoin a little more programmable. I know not all the Bitcoiners like that even, but Bitcoin is different. It is a store of value. Most other tokens are utility tokens, and you still do use Bitcoin. It does have some utility. So, boom. CryptoPunk 7803. I want your thoughts, Chris, on NFTs. Because look at that, CryptoPunk number 7803 sold for $83,000. Look at that, Chris. And then 7703 going for 77 grand. I need, hang on, did Chris give a comment? Did Chris give a comment on NFTs? I'm hoping. What else we got? We got an OMB. I think that's a loan. No, actually, that's a sale. I think that's a sale. OMB sale, 62 grand. Some Bored Apes. I don't know. Pretty unremarkable day. We did see a Nakamoto card, guys. We saw a Nakamoto card sell for 1 Bitcoin yesterday. Look at that. One of the most OG collectibles here on any blockchain happens to be on Bitcoin. I love it. Yeah, Chris, read the white paper, dude. Dude, the chat's wild over on YouTube, guys. If you're not seeing it, I wish I could share it. I like people coming in, and I like it, dude. There's no hate, no none of that. But it is these conversations are super important. At some point, minds do get changed. Look, Chris, if he wants to change, blockchain dude's minds, great. And I know all of us want to get other people we want them to see what we see. Because we were all where Chris was. All of us thought Bitcoin was a scam and it's all money laundering and it's all a Ponzi. We all were there, all of us. That's fair, George. Maybe that's true. We were all there, Chris. Every single one of us thought the exact same thing at some point. I know I can tell you what I did. I challenged myself to understand why so many people saw it as something else. And I wanted to get in their headspace. I knew there was a disconnect here. They see something I don't. I thought they were wrong, right? But I'm like, I got to understand what it is they see because they seem to have this weird, cult-like belief. And look, either I just joined the cult and it worked on me or I understood what they did, and it does take time. But you got to have an open mind with it. Anyway, here you go. Like a $90,000 sale yesterday of Nakamoto card number 1. This is a 2016 NFT on Counterparty. It's like a Bitcoin L2. One of the rarest, 300 edition, I think it is, right? One of the rarest collectibles in the world. One of the oldest NFTs in the world. Yes, we have some NFTs that go back to 2013, 14, kind of, right? But this is it. This is like a grail of a grail, and I think that's a steal there. I do. All right, now, speaking of Opcat, we're not going to get too much into that, but Taproot Wizards, we just had a big thing happen there courtesy of Hudah. This is awesome. Guys, a year ago, Hudah put out a tweet, and he said, hey, last person to reply to this tweet, last person to reply to this gets a Taproot Wizard. Hudah doesn't lie. I just want you to know how far in advance this guy's planning. He's awesome. He's a special dude. Special dude. Man. Okay, so he lets this tweet thread go on for a year. I assume I assumed it was shitpost, and I should have known better. Some dude replied to this tweet every single day for the past 365 days. And then yesterday, Hudah says, that's it. It's over. That dude who's replied every single day is officially the last tweet on the thread. He gets a free Taproot Wizard. He's not just getting a spot to mint, by the way. He gets a free Taproot Wizard. In-freaking-credible. In-freaking-credible. No, keep Chris here. He doesn't have to go. I like it. I like the chat. I don't want the government really buying Bitcoin either, just being honest. It changes a lot about it. It's like good and bad, right? But ultimately it leads us down I don't know. Anyway, this is incredible. Udah's freaking awesome. I think Taproot Wizards are coming sooner rather than later. I'm shocked by it, but I think they're coming. I don't know. I thought a year off, maybe not now. Thank you, Anon. Appreciate that. Appreciate the Pangu. We got Steady Teddies maybe coming tomorrow, guys. I don't know. I mean, I think we're at the very least getting a whitelist checker tomorrow, but I'm hearing from people that we're getting the mint tomorrow. I'm hearing from people that the mint is actually coming tomorrow. So we'll see. Hey, I got a whitelist. I'm excited if that is the case. Hang on. I'm going to re-invite more Telegram guys. I got to check my thumbnail. I think I fucked the thumbnail up. I think. Okay. Anybody new from TG or wherever, guys, welcome. This is every day of the week, 7 days a week we do this show. Past year and a half we've done it. So stay, subscribe, stay, whatever. Just hang out. Hang out. We want you here. Doesn't matter if you love crypto or not, or you're just curious or you want to fight, just whatever. Welcome. I don't think... Chris, did we ever get a comment from you on NFTs? Again, I'm not provoking or fighting. I'm really curious your thought on NFTs. Yeah, thank you, Sean, by the way. Like, subscribe, smash like, all that good stuff. It does help. It does help a ton, guys. So anyway, Steady Teddy's maybe tomorrow. You know what? I need to drop the YouTube over on the abstract side just so people over there have it too. There you go. We'll see. We'll see. You guys see some awesome predictions here. No, they seem ridiculous. Yikes. Okay. Well, I mean, not yikes. I get it. I also thought that the same thing. I did. I'm with you. Like why is somebody spending, $100,000 for a JPEG, or in some cases millions for a JPEG? I get it. Yeah. See, it sucks because somebody like Paris Hilton comes and they just take advantage of that hype. Yeah, it's stupid. Some of it's stupid. Also, to some degree, I'm like, it might be stupid if somebody... I saw an actual Cheeto sell for $80,000 over the weekend. If there's a buyer for it, great. There's a lot of people who took advantage of the hype of NFTs and sold some expensive stuff. And you know what? Part of me always says it's fine. I just think there's some people who take advantage of a situation to make as much money as they can. And they just don't realize some people bought it because they're kind of confused. No, there's a lot of that. Chris, I think 90% of the NFT stuff is worthless. It's kind of a lot of it's predatory. A lot of it's having fun. It's people recognizing they're in basically gambling and they're going to throw money away on all kinds of stuff. A lot of it's just a fun cultural thing. Yeah. But yeah, like, dude, trust me, the people in this stuff also know a huge percentage of it is just silly. A lot of it's fake. A lot of it is worse than that, but there's also a really good chunk of it that's really good and pure, and some of this stuff that is actually, like, genuinely, like, historic. Right. Yeah, again, Chris, these are thoughts that everybody's had and worked through, and we understand that most of those will be Beanie Babies, but it's not, one NFT does not equal the other NFT. It's not one thing. That's like you saying that all toys are worthless because that happened to Beanie Babies. When in fact, there's some very rare toys out there that because of whatever reason are worth a lot, right? Like there's old Star Wars toys that are worth, a fortune. There's old whatever, right? So Beanie Babies exist on this blockchain. Most NFTs are like that. Hot, then dead. But some of these stuff are going to come back as these like historic artifacts. They are. I get what you're saying, dude. Again, we've for years and years, same thought process and tried to figure out if we're crazy or if there's something here, and I can tell you some of the stuff here is pretty special. Most is not. Most isn't. Dude, we were all like Chris, all of us. All of us were like Chris. I get it, dude. I get it. I had all the same thoughts. We've gone through all those sides of it. And it's good to have it questioned too, so you got to come back to it and be like, wait, am I a sucker a few years in? Like, it's good to reevaluate that stuff. Because he's not wrong. There is a lot of Beanie Baby type stuff here. Stuff that's just never coming back. Dead and dead and dead. But there's some really, really special stuff happening here too. Some historic across from collectibles to art. Some of this stuff will be back in a big way. And I think we've not, I think we barely scratched the surface of where this goes. Yeah, the cards like the rare Pepe cards, those are going to be something. Yeah. Chris, I think crashing because a lot of, well, you could probably point at tariffs in a big way for that. And there's a lot of market manipulation by big exchanges. We've been looking at that a lot recently. It's not awesome, but a lot of these exchanges are trading against us. It's kind of scandalous too if it's actually true. If it's actually true. Player, great to see you, man. All right, we got a big mint coming up. I don't know the date. I'm not looking. I don't care. But the Good Vibes Club collection coming soon. Again, I don't think I like it. I don't know. It's like a nothing burger to me. But it's, with super rare, they look good. People like them. You know what? I don't think they look that great. I'm just going to be honest. I'm saying it because I know they're super rare adjacent, and I probably should say they don't look great to me. I don't like the 3D rendered stuff that much, but I like this little trailer. I think that's... Hang on, let's do that with audio. There we go. It's cool looking. That's cool looking. Good vibes. Whatever, we'll see. We'll see how that does. Abstract. My second favorite blockchain. My favorite's Bitcoin. My second favorite is Abstract now. Like, they got to earn that still, but, like, I love it. They got a great commercial they just dropped. I'll play just a part of it.
I've been crypto curious for years now. I've even been building my own app on chain with a small team.
But no matter how long and hard we work,
we just can't get our users up.
So we talked to my key opinion leader who said we had trouble performing due to WCS, or weak chain syndrome. He recommended we try Abstract.
Abstract is a new chain that treats WCS by providing builders the right tools to grow their brand and penetrate the Web3 space. With Abstract, potential upsides are 75% more achievable, while another 75% of builders report a boost in confidence. Do not use Abstract if you are allergic to financial success. It may reduce your brand's anonymity in larger community and expose you to more distribution support. Do not take Abstract if you've been diagnosed with improvement intolerance or are averse to moderate to severe progress. Abstract is also
pretty great
associated
commercial
with an increased risk of total Chad behavior.
Thanks to Abstract.
It's really good. Okay. Yeah, like hats off to the Abstract team. Great stuff. All right, Ethos, I'm not going to get into this. I like the idea of the Ethos platform, basically like reviewing people like a social credit score. I like it. It's a good idea. Not everybody's a fan, but they did add something called slashing where I guess you can vote somebody down in a way, something that'll knock their score down if you think there's some phony stuff with it, right? So you vote. Now, the rest of the community has to agree. And if they're, I think 60% agree, then the person's score gets slashed. If it doesn't pass, you get your own score slashed, which means you better really think this person's score is overrated or something is fake or misleading, whatever. I like it. I think there's a future for something like Ethos. I see this future where it's tied into whitelist giveaways and just all kinds of things. I like it. We'll keep our eye on that. Emmy trading live over on Binance. I thought it was already there. Maybe it was on Binance, International or something, but on Binance US, it wasn't. It is now. And then Myriad Markets. Now USDC prediction markets. Before maybe it was only points. I don't know if you could use ETH. I don't know, but now pretty cool. Choina, how do you feel about GVB now that it's dropping on Ethereum? What is GVB? By the way, I really enjoy the chat today. I hope Chris sticks around. I hope somebody like Chris does come in with an open mind, because a lot of times it's somebody coming in to bash with not there to like maybe consider stuff. And like, look, if you've already firmed up your opinion because you've spent that time, and you've learned and learned and learned, even when you do that, you still need to come in things with an open mind. You always need to be willing to have your mind changed. Always. So I hope you're coming in like with that. And everything should be approached. That's why I'm willing to have my mind still open that maybe it's a scam. Like I'm open to hear everything, and I would prefer my mind be changed. I prefer it. Oh, okay, hang on. So, Good Vibes dropping on. You know what? I don't think it matters. But why did they move? I'm kind of curious. I wonder why they moved. P. Chris, I'm seeing a comment here about utility hasn't been tapped in yet. Yeah, I can tell you, man, I'm not so impressed with the building that's happened in Web3. I think we got caught up in the scammy, quick buck stuff, and people just got, I don't know, not enough builders here. It'll happen. It's going to happen. It's why I think the AI side is so exciting. The real building is happening in AI, and there's such a huge crypto crossover there. But yeah, and I hope Chris knows that, that NFTs, I hope he knows this. I bet he does, but not JPEGs, not cutesy cartoons. It's like a permanent file. I think he gets, the thing is, I don't know if he gets it. If he's comparing NFTs to Beanie Baby, that he gets the idea of an NFT, but he doesn't understand, for sure he doesn't understand it fully, right? If you're saying that NFTs are Beanie Babies, it means you understood NFTs and then you stopped learning about them. And I feel like he's doing the same about crypto too. He takes it far enough to form an opinion and then close off, and he's not willing to go further and learn. Maybe. I'm just assuming there. But that NFT analogy was pretty revealing. But I hope he sticks around, dude. I do. I'll give him his first NFT. It'd be pretty cool. All right, let's go final time through whatever. Socials. Subscribe, SlamX Official. Again, afternoon show today at 2 p.m. Dude, I'm going to be on a space this afternoon with Geist. I love this fucking guy. Let me throw that up on the screen, too. You guys know Geist now, right? I talk about him often. In fact, he's probably streaming right now. He streams in the morning. He's now my morning competition. Thanks a lot, Geist. I can't compete with you, man. No, he's got his Ape Chain show, and he's great. Is he live now? I think he is. Anyway, he's got an Ape Chain Spaces. Yeah, he is live right now. There we go. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pop in. We're going to pop in there.
Difficulty goes down.
There he is.
Because people are 24 hours on the miner anyway, right? You see people wake up.
It's got a big Spaces. I'll be on with him at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Just shooting the shit. I'm going to show him off. I'm going to show him our Ape Chain Explorer. I'm going to tell him about the Swarm. And I'll remind you guys about the Swarm. Flagship AI Agent live now. 18-minute sellout with Vader yesterday. Incredible things. God, that was a blast. A blast. Really, what a great time that was. I think still looking great. Airdrop still happening, guys. In 15 minutes, I get to meet with the team, and we'll find out where we're at in the airdrop, what percentage done it is. It is still ongoing. If you don't have those tokens fully yet, just know it's still coming. 4-to-1 ratio. You have to check that announcement. I think some people missed it, just so people know. There's Prince of Pangu. No, it's Plasticides. Dude, what's up? Good morning, man. Really appreciate that, dude. If you missed yesterday's show, go back, catch it. Swarm report again today live at 2 p.m. But catch yesterday as we go over that Swarm sale. And again, terminal coming, automated tweeting coming. Let me turn that down. Automated tweeting coming. Stay tuned, guys. For real, it's gonna be awesome. Chris, I'm not hopping around looking at points. What I do is I try to give people a shortcut on keeping up. Like everybody here, this is not necessarily for people that are new. I don't think this stuff is something you go and invest in. It's mostly collecting. I try to give people a way to shortcut their day, because to keep plugged into this stuff, it's a lot. There's a lot that happens. So I am trying to give people like a review of what's happened in the past 24 hours. And yes, I do work for CryptoSlam. We do have all the data you could ever want on everything on chain. It's not what this show is. This show is just talking about what's going on in the space, sharing our thoughts. So, a little of both. But I'm not saying this is at this. Well, actually, I do that sometimes. Hey, this is at this price. You should get it because of X, X, Y, Z, whatever. Here and there that happens. Oh, Chris, you're not getting it. But actually, you're right. That actually does happen sometimes. Chris, you're not getting it. You're not coming in trying to learn. You got to a point and then stopped learning. If you went a little further, it might click. But stick with it or don't. Either way. But I'll tell you, if you are coming in just to stir up shit, like, come in with an open mind. I just hope you would do that, and I hope you come back. I do hope you come back. But also, you're not wrong. As in, how about this, Chris? Chris isn't wrong. Again, he's pointing out things that happen. CryptoPunks collection, let's say, the female traits don't sell as well. I like it, dude. It's fun. And you know what? I think if you can at least engage people and not be shitty to them, you know, I don't care if we win them over or not. In a matter of time, they all come. In a matter of time, they all, because what's coming is inevitable. And you see people resisting it, and I get it. But I don't know. Part of me just wants people to see it before. There's no too late. It's coming no matter what. Everything's online. It's basically just, we call it Web3 because what's happening is the internet just got a buff. That's all it is. So yeah, Chris, I can just tell you for sure, very confidently, there's a big part of this that just haven't heard it or it hasn't clicked yet. I don't know which it is. I don't know if you've heard it all and kind of grasped exactly what's happening. Just know this is what you should do. You won't do it, I'm sure. Go Google Web3. Google Web3. Understand that this is not just like, yeah, people are gambling like crazy here. Because there is actually something bigger happening that like surrounding it is all this degeneracy. But the internet just got an upgrade. It's blockchain. It's tokenized anything, tokenized assets, permanent digital things. That's it. No, Chris, you don't have to learn anything, buy anything. I don't think you'll get anything from this because I think you're coming in with a closed mind. That's it. I just try to talk about what happens in this space. If it ain't for you, man, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, no, he's getting heated, and that's part of the fun. You can tell. He's like kind of a little bitter, angry that something's happening, and he sees big money happen in places, and it doesn't feel good. I get that too. Hey, you can be a part of it too. I don't think you want anything so dirty though, but anyway. Yeah. It's all good. It's fun. I hope Chris comes back, but again, I hope with an open mind. No, you don't need to. I don't want you to waste money. Don't get it now. Pay attention though, because the internet just got, or Google Web3 again. Internet is evolving, tokenizing everything. It's worth learning about. That's it. Don't get in or get in. It's up to you. That's it. Anyway, guys, we got our meeting. I'm going to go get some updates on the Swarm for you guys. 2 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be back live on the Swarm report. So definitely make sure you're following the Swarm_AI. Follow SlamAI_XYZ. Big updates. Freaking big updates coming there soon. AI. Chris, do you like AI? This is a good one. Do you like AI, or do you kind of sense what's coming there? Crypto Slam IO, of course, follow that. You can follow me at Hudah_idiot. We'll be live tomorrow and Sunday right there. But most importantly, it's SlamX official. No, fuck that. Most importantly is the Swarm_AI and Slam AI right now. That's the most important stuff. Anyway, hope you stick around, Chris, if you're interested, not just wanting to fight, but if interested in any way. If you get to the point where you're like, I want to drink the Kool-Aid to see what they're tasting. I don't buy it still, but I want to drink it. I just want to taste it. Like, stick around, man. We're a friendly bunch. You know, like we don't nobody here wants to fight. But anyway. Yeah, Chris, thoughts on AI? That I would love. I'm genuinely curious, Chris. What do you think of like the AI explosion that's happening, and like where does that go? The Paris meme, the Paris Hilton NFT. It's a silly thing. We were very silly for a long time. You guys got to remember, if you're not plugged into this, like we're going over all these stories because we're very plugged in. If all you knew about this space was this silly stuff, a $69 million Beeple sale and Paris Hilton selling art for $1 million, and then it crashes, and Bored Apes, at like $500,000, like it's ridiculous. The ridiculous stuff got the headlines. The ridiculous stuff, unfortunately, represents everything here. Like, we know the good stuff that's happening. We know the actual tech. We know that stuff, but people don't hear about that. And that's why I say there's a step further that people need to go to hear about that, to learn about it. Otherwise, they only know the bad stuff, and that's all they'll hear until it's just everywhere. Lord, dude, thank you, man. Thank you very much, man. Chris, if you got a second, share AI. I'm curious. Oh, well, Chris, I'm not going to change your mind in a conversation on YouTube, and nor am I trying to change your mind. You think we're going to have a conversation, YouTube comment to here, and like I'm going to change your mind in an hour show? Man. What is blockchain processing? Oh, dude. Okay. Hey, I like that comment. I can already see where there's a disconnect here. We'll see how we address this. Not now, but he understands the benefit of the blockchain. Like, again, this public ledger gets it. But tying a currency to it ain't it. That's where we can address to see why that is it. I'm gonna bring that up. Some Chris, you wouldn't reach out to me on X, would you? Like, are you up for an actual convo? It's a really important point. It's a really good question. It's a good point. Why do you need a token for it? Why can't you just use the blockchain? It's like, it's then understanding the decentralized system and that the token helps secure this big decentralized network. And the decentralized network is, man, as important as it being this ledger, this public ledger. You know what I mean? Like, that is such an important part of it. The fact that the thing's fucking uncompromisable, right? Wait, he doesn't like AI? Oh, no, Chris, dude, please, I mean, whatever. Stick around or don't, but you're missing a lot of very important stuff, dude. Very important very, very important stuff. Dude, I'm sorry, dude, if you're going to come in with strong opinions, I can tell you go some places and you'll be laughed at. You won't be here, but you are really missing the most important things. Like, that invalidates, like, most of the other things. It's clear you don't understand it. And I think you should want to understand it. So stick around. Stick around. Yeah, no, you're missing some big things, and you sound like you're getting angry about it. That's a bummer. I hope you'll open up a little more to it, and you're welcome to do that here, dude. No, like, nothing but good vibes here. So, anyway, guys, whew, that was actually, I enjoyed today. I enjoy every freaking day. If I don't see you on the afternoon show, guys, I hope your weekend's fantastic. You catch me live both Saturday and Sunday. That'll be at 8 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch me on my channel. But I hope to see you on the Swarm Report, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Chris, hit me up on X if if you want to stay in touch and ask questions and even give me, you're welcome to. You're welcome to. I can tell you this is well worth some time. It's well worth some time, like understanding what these lunatics are into. I mean, us, right? We know it's fucking wild. But it's something really important too, right? It is. I'm a former freaking IT professional, managed a really great team in the real world. I told you what I thought it was. No. Well, what? Okay, maybe I did, but whatever. Chris, hit me up, dude. If you want, hit me up on X. Would love to chat. Not on a call. I don't care, dude. Just keep in touch. Come back. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Heidi's, thank you very much, guys. What a show. What a freaking show. I'll see you guys on the Swarm Report. Goodbye.